Jim Rohn has been hailed over the years as one of the most influential thinkers and speakers of our time, and has helped to motivate and train an entire generation of personal development trainers, as well as thousands of executives of top corporations from America and abroad. Jim has shared his success philosophies and principles for over 46 years, with more than 6,000 audiences and over 4 million people worldwide, and has authored over 25 books, audio, and video programs. Jim's ability as a wordsmith, as well as his unique delivery style, wit, and wisdom have helped him stand out over the years to audiences, friends, and colleagues alike. Jim truly is a national treasure. In February of 2008, Jim was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis. His passion and commitment to affect others with positive change remains as strong today as it did 46 years ago. Jim, thank you for all you have done to make a difference to so many. We pay tribute.
How many of you have never seen me before? This is your first time. Wow, everybody. I keep thinking I'm famous.
I knew that Jim had made a significant impact in so many people's lives, but Mark asked the question right before he gave Jim the award. He asked all these speakers, how many of you would say that Jim Rohn has played a significant part or made a significant impact in your life? And I looked out over the audience, again, about 2,500 speakers, and about 2/3 of the hands went up.
Almost every speaker, if there's 5 for the day or 10 or 12 for the day, if it's 2-day seminar, 1-day seminar, 5-day seminar, every single one of them to a person says, as Jim Rohn said.
Mr. Jim Rohn is one of the great and inspiring teachers, speakers, leaders, presenters, writers, and phenomena of our time and probably all time.
Here's what's important about the truth. It sets you free. Number one, free to correct old errors in judgment.
When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And the way he says it, with that grandfatherly sage wisdom tone.
I was age 23, and I have to tell you, that was the day that the light turned on for me. My life has never been the same since. You said some things at that seminar that really resonated with me, and really it was just the fact that success is simple. There are half a dozen things that determine 80% of how your life works out.
I think that's what Jim does better than anybody else, is that Idaho farm boy that he always talks about. There's a lot of simplicity in that. And in reality, success isn't that complicated.
Here's really the goal of the human adventure, the full development of all your potential. That's the goal, the full development of all your potential. Why not see how far you can go, how much you can earn, how much you can share, how much you can give? Why not see what all you could be, what you could become?
We read from his books every week, 2 and 3 times a week. We stock up on his tapes, on everything. We own everything he has. And just to carry it forward at my house every night when my little boy and I, my wife and I take turns taking him to sleep at night. We say our prayers, and then we put a Jim Rohn CD on, and he goes to sleep to that every night.
Everything I ever teach, Jim Rohn is there. And anytime anybody asks me, you know, who is the person you look up to the most or learn the most from, it was always Jim Rohn. It was never another person. It was always Jim Rohn, and everybody else was a far distant second.
The fact of the matter is when someone is unique, as Jim is, there's nobody like them. There's only one like him in the world.
Here's what my mentor said, that's some of the best advice I ever got. He said, Mr. Rohn, if you will change, everything will change for you.
Jim taught me that I was 100% responsible for my life, that the results that I had in my life at that moment were because of my choices, and for me that was hugely empowering.
I was 18 years old when I first got exposed to your information, and being that I was a kid born in a garage and raised in a ghetto, and eventually get into a situation where I'm able to be exposed to life enhancing information like yours. It really set my whole destiny on a different course. It set my whole life on a different course.
To me, Jim Rohn is the Tiger Woods of our industry. And I shall always look at him as the best role model and peer that a person in our industry could ever have. Never shouting, never taunting, never touting, but simply delivering that pure message. The greatest business philosopher of our time.
Then here's what my mentor said. Go to work on yourself harder than you work on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. Then he said, if you work hard on yourself, you could make a fortune.
Jim always says these little small things that are so big and deep, where he said, profits are better than wages. Wow, he's right.
His extraordinary ability to, as I would call it, sing to us, sing to our hearts, the way he speaks through melody and his wisdom.
You know, there's not a day that goes by that I have an idea, a thought, a strategy, a quote that, you know, I can't trace back to Jim and the influence he's had in my life.
Jim's one of the few people that acts life and does life on the basis of how he talks about it.
And I kept the faith. See, that's the deal. Keep faith with your family. Fight like crazy and keep faith. Fight the enemy and keep faith. Fight illness and keep faith.
Jim, I'm delighted to be participating in something now that gives recognition to what influence you've had on so many people all over the world, and we love you for it and are grateful for it. And we really are looking forward to our next get-together.
Jim, it's just so difficult to describe how important you have been as a thought leader over the years and how many people you have helped.
I love you, Jim. I wish you the very best. All my blessings right back to you.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
We all love you. Thanks, Jim.
I go with you, these notes and all the experience that we've had. But I promise you this, as we leave here, I will not leave you behind. I'll take you with me in my thoughts and in my heart. Thank you very much.